world is witnessing the rise of women leaders. Kamala Harris, Angela Merkel, the German Chancellor, Jacinda Ardern, the young dynamic Prime Minister of New Zealand, Greta Thunberg, and many, many more across the world. The rise of a woman as a leader is not just a dream anymore. The Order in the Chaos concludes with Mrs. Geeta Jaisen, an experienced professional. She stresses how education and empowerment of women can restore the delicate social balance that is enshrined in our Constitution. The fundamental right to equality and the right against exploitation are rights that every girl and every woman in India must exercise through education and empowerment. This is the new Indian Nari, and this is the positivity amidst all the negative women narratives that India is going through. This is the order in the chaos. Jai Hind.
I think that I come from a fairly privileged background in the sense of having had a good education, which has helped me to work in various fields. I studied and I wrote the IAS exam, and I was selected for the information service. But at the same time, I got selected for the State Bank of India. So I preferred to join the State Bank of India at that time. But why I'm saying all this is because education really matters very much in this country. And I think for most women, that is the key. And our constitution, we've taken the best parts of the constitutions of other countries and put them into ours. And we have enough protection of the rights of all our people. So it's up to us really to make use of those rights. But then how do you know? How do you know what rights you have? I think education is key over there. So that's why, I got involved with this organization called the University Women's Association, where we work for women's empowerment. And we have, our key theme was to help women who come to work in cities to live in a safe place. But besides that, we also give scholarships and try to help them to educate themselves further so that they can enlarge their horizons and reach their potential. So this is one important thing. The thing is that, though the Constitution protects our rights, we also have responsibilities. Now I'm talking about not just women, I'm talking about the general public. We all think that we have all sorts of freedoms and liberties and we can do what we like, but we cannot. Our freedoms are curtailed by other people's rights. We cannot just do what we want. And we have a government. The government is there for a purpose, and we need to respect them. We cannot, take liberties and just destroy government property and so on. We have to be aware of our rights and our responsibilities. And for this, I think education is key for women as well as for men. But much more for women, because in this country, women are still not able to reach their potential at all. But in everywhere where I have been, I have seen that if you are sure of what you know and what you want to do, and if you are sure that it is right, then there is no limit really for what a woman can do. So and again, the key is education and continuing to learn. That's also very important at any age. Continuing to learn. I'm very urban oriented, but where I read a lot about what happens in villages and so on. So I think bringing this self-government, especially panchayat, gram panchayat rule, and women getting into that kind of government, self-government, has helped a lot in bringing them forward. But what they lack again is education. They could reach very much higher if they had that. So the rights that the Constitution gives us cannot be fully cannot be fully availed unless we have that education. So putting an emphasis on that, I think, is the most important thing, really. all said and done. I think women have evolved. There's no doubt that living standards have become better. Women are more aware. Technology is a big part of it, though we think that television really spoils people. Technology is a big part of it. Communication is a big part of it. People are becoming aware of their rights. They should be equally aware of their responsibilities also. But I think there is a lot of improvement. There is, of course, a long way to go. When you think of honor killings, intercaste marriages not being permitted, these kinds of things, it's slowly diminishing, but it's still there. That has to go. Native wisdom in our women in the rural areas, even if they don't have education, they have a deep knowledge of their surroundings and of the earth and its produce and so on. The fact that these women are not, encouraged to lead their own lives and to reach their potential, both through education and through any help that the government could give them when they represent their problems. So, in all these years, the last 70 years, although there has been a lot of change, there still needs to be a lot more change. A lot has to change still for women to reach their potential in this country.